Have you always wanted to sing on stage in front of a big audience? How do you become a really good performer? First of all, there is a big difference between singing and performing. Singing is more of a personal activity, right? We learn music, we practice various things, we improve our skills. So that is something we do for our own enjoyment and growth. But performance is something different. Because here we are not just singing for ourselves, we are singing to an audience. We are singing on a stage. So it's a very different ball game, and there are many other skills that you need to develop to be a good performer. So today I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how you can become a great performer and rock that stage. And if you stay till the end, I have a special bonus tip in store for you. I'm Pratibha Sarathy and you're watching VoxGuru's YouTube series. If you enjoy our videos, please do subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our new videos. The first thing we need to understand is practice versus stage. What happens in our practice room is very different from what happens on stage, right? In fact, I would say that whatever output or quality we get during practice, only 80% of that will come out on stage. Why? Because when we are practicing, we are in our comfort zone, right? We are at home, we are in a nice room, there is nobody watching us. So we are able to completely focus on music and we are very, very relaxed. But on stage, it's very different, right? You have a stage, you have a sound system, you have an audience. There are so many other distractions, so many other elements that we need to think about, okay? So if we have achieved 100% perfection in our practice, that means we will achieve only 80% on the stage. But that's not enough, right? We need to achieve 100% on stage. So obviously that means your practice has to be even higher. It has to be more than perfect. Everything should just be flowing seamlessly. You should not even have to think about what is your next line, what is the next note, or any of those things. Your practice should be so much that everything just flows automatically, even without your concentration. So that should be your first goal. The second aspect is building vocal stamina. Now, what is vocal stamina? It is the ability for us to sing for a longer period without feeling tired or strained or anything like that. So how do we build this vocal stamina so that we are able to perform without losing that energy? One of the best tips that I'll give you is, in order to build vocal stamina, first you need to build a good vocal technique. Vocal technique includes many things. It includes your breathing, it includes your posture, your voice projection, it includes your resonance, your voice modulation, many things. So if any one of these things goes wrong, then you may feel a strain. Your voice might get tired more easily. Okay? So in order to build your stamina, first you need to correct your vocal technique, and automatically you will be able to sing for longer periods. You know, many teachers say that, you should stop singing as soon as you feel a strain. But I say it differently. I say you should sing in such a way that you don't feel a strain, so that you don't have to stop anytime soon. Okay? So try and focus on improving your vocal technique first. The next important aspect is a sound check. Now this is something you should never ever ignore. A few hours before your performance, make sure you go to the venue and test out the sound equipment. Because you have worked so hard for this concert, you have prepared so much. Now you don't want it to get ruined just because of a poor sound setup, right? So make sure you go there and check 2 things primarily. The first thing you have to check is the stage monitors. Stage monitors are basically a set of speakers which will be placed on the stage and they'll be facing you. Okay? So you need to test whether you are able to hear your own voice from the monitors and whether you are able to hear the other instruments or the backing track or whatever you are using. So you have to check those levels and tell the technician if something needs to be increased or decreased and all of that. The second thing you need to check is the amplifiers. Amplifiers will be placed outside the stage and they'll be facing the audience. Okay, so your audience will hear your music through the amplifiers, whereas you will be hearing it through the monitors. Okay, so monitors, of course, you yourself can check by standing on the stage, but for the amplifiers, you will need somebody else to help you. So take a friend along, somebody who understands music or somebody who's part of your own band. Tell them to stand in the audience and tell you how the levels sound. How is the vocals, how is the instrumentals, does anything need to be increased, decreased, or any other elements need to be changed. So this is something you definitely should do a good few hours before the show. Definitely do it before the audience starts coming. Okay, don't do a detailed sound check once the audience has already come. So try to ensure you do it well in advance. Next, we talk about a very important aspect, that is connecting with your audience. This is in fact the main thing that differentiates a singer from a performer. How well are you able to connect with your audience? Are you able to make the audience feel the same emotions that you are feeling? Because music is a form of communication, right? So we should not just be in our own world, just feeling all the emotions inside our head, right? We should also convey those emotions to the audience so that they are also part of our experience. So there are a few simple tips that I can share in this aspect. One thing you can do is make sure you sing with your eyes open. There are many singers who keep their eyes closed all the time. Of course, that helps us in many ways. It helps us concentrate better. It helps us feel emotions and all of that. But for a performance, from the audience perspective, that's not a very interesting sight, right? If you're always keeping your eyes closed, the audience after a point will not feel included in the performance. They'll start getting bored. So try to get into the habit of singing with your eyes open. Of course, you can close them in between in certain phrases, if you want to emote or you want to focus on something. So all that is fine. But for the large part, try to keep it open. Try to make some eye contact, interact with your audience. And the second thing you can do is try to develop a natural body language when you're singing. Because these emotions that we are conveying, they are not just through the voice alone, right? So when you're performing on a stage, you need to convey emotions even through your body language. But that has to be very natural, okay? Don't just watch some performer on YouTube or any other show and try to imitate those body movements. That will be really funny and artificial. So you have to find your own body language. How is your body reacting when you sing? So don't keep it very stiff and very firm when you're singing. So try to let loose and allow your body to react as you sing. And that will also help you include your audience in the emotional experience. And now let's talk about a very common problem, that is handling stage fear. Many students have told me that during practice they are singing perfectly, but when they go on that stage and see the audience, they get really nervous and jittery. Well, let me tell you that stage fear is something very normal. Okay, every artist goes through it, even professional artists. So first of all, don't think that something is wrong with you or you are abnormal or something like that. Okay, so the reason why we experience stage fear is because when we are practicing, we are in a very comfortable zone. But suddenly when we are coming into a new space, the stage is new, the audience is new, the sound system is new. So our body needs a little time to adjust to the new surroundings. Okay, so that is what we are experiencing as a little nervousness. Okay, so that will not last for a very long time. It will only last for a few minutes, like 4 to 5 minutes in the beginning of your concert. And after that, your body will adapt to the surrounding and it will become very, very normal. So first of all, know that stage fear lasts only for 5 minutes at max. And second thing you need to know is nobody in the audience knows that you feel nervous. So unless you yourself make it very obvious by telling them that you're nervous or by doing some awkward reactions, they will never find out that you were nervous. So you have to act confident for the first 5 minutes. and then nobody will know a thing, okay? So try to avoid making any uncomfortable gestures which indicate that you are nervous. And now coming to my bonus tip of the day. Before you think about being a performer, first focus on being a good musician, a good singer. Only then all these points that I shared today will actually help you. If your music itself is at a very average level, then none of these things will have an impact. The biggest impact should be created by your music, by the quality, by your understanding, your maturity in music. Only then these other factors will further help you amplify the impact. If your music is not good, then trust me, all of this will be a very, very awkward experience, okay? So I would suggest that during the first few years of your learning, don't think about the performance aspect at all, okay? Focus entirely on the music, focus on the content, focus on understanding music better and executing better. Because at that point, if you think about performance, it will be a very big distraction and it will take away from the actual content, okay? So focus first on being a good musician, then the performance aspects will automatically follow you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments about your experience, and if you're looking for a good place to learn music and become a really good singer and performer, then please check out the VoxGuru app. We have a wide range of courses across Carnatic, Hindustani, voice culture, ear training, ragas, and also a special course for tiny tots at the age of 3 to 6. So no matter what age group you may be from, or what background you may be from, or what level you may be at, we have something very, very specialized for you. So please do download the VoxGuru app. I've shared the link in the description, and explore our courses and share your feedback with me. I'll be waiting to hear about your experience.